Well, hey there, team. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a bit more Stationeers liftoff. How good is everything coming along now? Oh, the answer is quite well. I was thinking. Well, what I was thinking is, can our grid sustain? No, you know what? Let's not mess with it. It's doing all right for the moment. It is fiddly having to switch out my my batteries quite often. What I could actually do is build more batteries, can't I? I can actually build batteries quite easily. So I'm trying to delay building the furnace for the moment, right? Because we've got so many different things to do. Small cell battery, right? Okay, that's actually fairly buildable. What we could do, I know it's a little bit of an embuggerance, but we could essentially fill this dock with small batteries, and to be honest, I could just roll around with a couple of them in my inventory. That could just be how it's going to be. It's a band-aid fix, and the whole point of that is buying more time before we have to build the steel generator is what I was going to say. You know what I mean, the furnace. The whole reason we build this for steel. Because here's the thing, after my rant on the previous episode about how much I hate mining, and I appreciate, this is why I love our little community that we've built. I'm obviously not very big on mods from a personal standpoint, but I understand the benefit. But every time I open the can of worms up about mods, I always get some really healthy feedback on it, generally from people that are very pro-mod. It's very unlike the internet. Usually the position would be, I said something you don't agree with, so you become a piece of shit and attack me. But no, around the mod discussion, it doesn't seem to do that. So that's lovely, and I do appreciate it. What I was going to... That's interesting. Does that... I think my soul... Yeah, look at that. It's charging. It's charging off of my light.
Power low.
Oh, well, there you go. I think we'll continue along the idea of potentially getting... we'll get like another solar panel going, right? Okay, that's going to be a priority. But what I want to do is explore the auto miner. Now, remember, we need to go find some gold. Anywho. So, we're doing all right sort of just sitting here. Uh-oh. They're not looking very healthy, are they? Why did that happen? I wonder. Because the auto miner is the tier 1 thing, except it's fucking cumbersome and it's fiddly and I don't like it. And I thought about why I don't like it. What is going on here? It's bloody hot. That's what's going on here. Potato is wilting. Okay, so the potato's not straight up dead per se, is it? It doesn't... Yeah, okay, maybe it's savable. Set outward. Yeah, I think we might actually be able to rescue these plants. I'm not sure. Degrees. 22. Let's give it another squirt. No, it doesn't really like that. So, still not sure if it's going to be enough cooling. We'll see. That's... Oh no, they did die in the end. That's fine. Let's replant them while I'm here. Anyway, so we're gonna... What... Oh. Oh. Okay. How about we just clear these, eh? Whatever the fuck's going on here, let's just reset it, eh? The auto miner, right? So it's a big bloody task getting one of those going. And capturing things, specifically gases, is what I'm trying to get out of my mouth hole, but I've just got a lot of different things on my plate. Hang on. Set outward. No, that means it's set to inward, which...
Power critical.
Yeah, we should probably deal with that. Okay. Oh, yeah, because it's charging the battery, it's overdrawing. Alright, we needed gold, is what we really needed. And it's infuriating because we're just going to have to fluke finding some gold. I went out at 270, we're going to head out this way this time.
Jet Jetpack on.
Anyway, so what I'm sorry, it's just there's too many spinning plates at the moment. It's making it difficult for me to string together a narrative. So what I don't like about the auto miner is that you can't really capture gas. You have to supervise it. It poops the ore out, and the ore sublimates immediately because that's just how it does in this game. So I was sort of thinking to myself, as one does, I was thinking, what am I gonna do? How would I capture the gas? So I thought, bear with me on my little journey. I looked into it. There's 3 types of like ice. There's water, there's oxide, and there's volatile. All of which I'd love to capture. I also looked into what they actually technically emit as a like when they melt, when they sublimate, whatever. You know, when you turn them into a gas form. And there's only 4 different gases. Which I was like, okay, that's interesting. There's I don't really want to go outside draw distance. There's nitrogen, hydrogen, which is your volatile component. You got oxygen, and you've actually got water in like in a gas form. I think that's silver.
Hunger. Caution.
This is fucking ludicrous. But yeah, as people said, you know, there was some good counterpoints made, but I've obviously rolled the shit dice on gold on this particular spawn. Anyway, portable scrubber, portable air scrubber that you can use. You can put 2 filters in the back of one of those, and it will filter out whatever it is that you filtered through, right? So I'm sort of like, God damn it. Like we are out past where we've been before because it's populating, you know, it's popping in areas. So I guess what I'm getting at is if you were to set up 2 portable scrubbers, look at this. It's too bad my
Power low.
yeah, my battery's going to run out shortly. Let's be fast about this. If you were to set up 2 portable scrubbers with the filters apiece, and obviously try and keep things like oxygen and hydrogen not in the same air scrubber, right? So you could put like hydrogen and nitrogen in one, and then maybe oxygen and water in the other, right? So you now have a way to scrub, and you could potentially we could come up with some sort of gantry platform that's pretty low effort to build. And I thought about trying to catch the ore when it falls back down the hole or something like that, but we have tested that even at the bottom of a mining hole, it sublimates like immediately. It's pretty bad. God damn, I'm just not going to have enough time to get all this gold because I switched out to the small batteries. What's that, 20 gold? It's a tiny bit there. Oh Christ, down to 30%.
Light on.
Yeah, I know.
Light on.
I'm trying to reduce my drain. Seems to be working a bit.
Light on.
Yeah, the light's draining it like crazy, actually.
Light on. Light on. Light.
I'm gonna have to leave. I'm just gonna have to leave.
Jetpack on.
Uh-oh. There we go. Might actually be quicker to do this on foot. We'll just have to make it back in time. What an adventure, right? Okay, so what I'm sort of saying is we build a gantry at the top. It pops it out in a chute. Now, I thought about it. I was like, you could probably set up a chute capture or something like that, but I think that's going to be a lot of piss farting around because it's still the temperature that's going to get it. As soon as you dig the ice out and you expose it to any sort of temperature, it's going to melt, like immediately.
Jetpack on.
So... Look at that, the grid's going much better now. So we should be able to... Let's just start with 3.
Light on.
Oh, I'm so proud. Just bear with me, I will get back to explaining what I'm explaining once we... Because this is what we were trying to build, right? A solar panel, and we needed gold. 5, funnily enough. Okay. Oh, it's not... Let's spat it back out. I think it was... Fuck... I mean, gold takes so long to cook. That's the one problem. So I'm going to split it. And split it. And split it again. Let's put 7 in. Because what I want to know... Now that it's running, we're green and blue. All right, so for the most part, it's outdrawing the you know what I mean. We can. Jeez, I was like, where'd the sun go? Wait, where did the sun go? Well, that's weird. That's very strange. Like even though I wouldn't mind charging that battery entirely, it still was out sort of drawing. Well, it wasn't out drawing, sorry. We were charging the grid faster than we were drawing. Alright, so we'll just wait for that to cook. And then we'll get another solar panel up, and that'll help. That'll help get the batteries up to full charge quicker, at the very least. So having an extra panel will be good. Well, especially since we're going to do the sort of jump start scenario as well. Actually, so don't get too excited. Not until we've got more panels at least. Yeah, so that one's going to jump start, so he's going to stay permanently fixed over there. Yeah, and I, as I said before, I'm going to build them in like squares. There's no harm in building this one sort of here. Just hold the thought. I'll come back to the auto miner shortly because we found gold. This thing is only gonna. This is not going to need a data cable. But at its current facing, if I'm going to do them in squares, they're probably going to want to all be the same, right? Like, I'm not just going to do it in one long row. So there's no avoiding putting all the cables on the same thing. This is starting to frustrate me. Okay, hang on. We'll do this. We'll get them looking exactly the same.
Power low.
Get this bullshit out of my way. Yeah, good. So... Let me think about it. What I want to do is have this one not actually track. We want to disconnect it from the data and have the other one track. So I suppose we could start there at least. I need to just... It's a big problem, and my little brain's having a little bit of a hard time manifesting it. Just do that so I don't get distracted. What sort of copper have we got in there? 1. Ugh. And I bet we don't have any copper. So I need more copper. Fortunately, there is a lot of copper just lying around here. Like, for example, here. Alright, so we're going to dig out some copper. Oh my goodness. So many things to work out. Anyway, essentially what I want to do is make a grid, and I was like, I don't see the problem with having one of them be the jump starter, but because of the way that the cables lay out, that might not work out. But the jump starter is going to never move, and it's always going to face dawn, you know, sun up. And that way,
Hunger. Caution.
it will constantly draw power, right? And that power will go into the logic. Essentially the logic, right? Now, given that... Is there a requirement for a power controller? Right? Well... It'll feed into the power controller, into the logic, yes. But then when the sun passes it, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, because it's not going to move, it's actually going to have to hand over power control to the other grid. That, again, because it's a jump start. So all power draw is going to need to go in through the logic. That's fine. That's fine. We can do that. It goes via the logic. It goes into a power controller. If we put it into a power controller first... If we put it into a power controller first, then we should be able to loop... We should be able to actually loop the system back on itself. Because I don't want to short out. Anyway.
Jetpack on.
Because we've done that before. At least we've got that cool system that works. Oh, and I've got to do my rounds.
Power low.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Can't wait to fix this problem. I already hate running on these small batteries. Yeah, I guess my main concern is I can't separate the data and the power lines out just by the way that if I'm going to run it in a sort of square pattern, which I want to give a go. I really do. Okay, well they're done. So that means the power and the data lines have to work, and it's going to draw power, but it's also going to... Then we got to send the data back up the power line as well. Yeah. What are we at? 14 kPa. Set inward. No, we'll set outward. It's not cooling it enough. I want it cooler, you know? So we'll add some pipe. Alright, we'll go set. So it's set to inward. There we go. Alright. Let's do that. Pop that away. Grab the bloody... That should help with the cooling. Alright. So, yeah, so ultimately what I wanted to do, because this, for a fail state jump start, I wanted to thread the power straight off of that into there, but it's going to create all sorts of problems, I think.
Filter low.
Oh fuck, of course. I'm not sure how to do this, actually. The solution might be staring straight at me. But I think the core is that I don't fully comprehend what I did to short myself out in the first place last time. If that makes sense. Sadly, I think I'm just going to have to start doing, you know? And then sort of fix the problem from there, which is such a shame. Go around and hunt all the bloody bits of cable that have fucking exploded. So that'll be good fun. Alright, get rid of... That's the other thing as well. I actually need to replace these filters now as well. Right. Carbon dioxide filter. 5 iron. Oh, there we go. So many things to do. And this is the danger, you know, you don't want to spin your wheels. You want to always be moving. Oops. Always be moving forward. Oh, we'll just do both of them now, stuff it. And put that in there. It's a cool little sound effect. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do it. So, what's essentially going to need to happen is... In fact, you know what? Let's just batch them. We'll batch them for the moment. That's easier. It's less fucking around. Though I still believe in the redundancy, but... See, that is going to need to join into there. And how is that not going to short the entire system? That is going to short the system, right? 100%. So... I think I'm right in saying that we're just going to have to run them separate. We're just going to have to run them separate. Yeah, right. Like, consider. The power's going to draw in there. This is what we would end up doing, is linking this around so that power goes into there. The power's going to go through the power controller, back out, and then it's going to feed back up into the cable. And then we're going to have power running that way as well. Oh my goodness. It's going to be a mess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to short. So, sadly, we're going to disconnect this. Right. Hand drill.
Power low.
Yeah, I bet it is. So, let's run power on the top and data on the bottom. Right. Now hopefully this doesn't, all this orientation change doesn't fucking torpedo us too badly. Yeah, look, and if I do want to make a jumpstart redundancy dish, I'll just put it somewhere else. But we'll make our little farm here for the moment. Okay, so there's the power going in there. Right. The data will come here. See what sort of bloody... Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna have to rejig the logic because of that. That's fine. Output. To solar panel. No, it shouldn't be horizontal, it should be vertical. Alright. Oops. There we go. Alright, we're laughing. So that's working fine, having rotated that bloody 90 degrees. So we'll do the same for this thing here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll finish my thought process on the auto miner, because I started talking about it, but we're not actually going to get around to resolving it just yet. Essentially what I was thinking is we set up an auto miner, we build a small gantry to put the battery pack on it, like the power charger, right? Which is what we normally do. And then there's a chute that just pops it out the back. And then the ore just fucking rolls off down the hill or something like that. I'm not that worried about that. What I'm more worried about is that if it pumps out an ice ore at that point in time, it'll just immediately start to sublimate. So what we maybe do is put down, say, like 2 floor sections, or like we keep it as simple as we can. We'll come up with a nice little system, but we basically place down like 2 floor systems so that the general ore can just trickle out, right? And the general ore can just trickle out, and the sublimated, or the ice ores will sublimate, but we'll sit 2 portable generators there with little batteries in them, with the 4 filters for the 4 types of gases right there at the entrance. I'm convinced that because of the suction power that we saw in here, and we've seen it actually with, like, when I've melted volatiles to put them into like into a can, we'll put them like a vent and just sit the ice on it, and the vent sucks it in. And there's no reason to not think that this active vent is not as powerful, probably not even as powerful as a portable scrubber. That thing apparently is incredibly efficient. So yeah, we sit the 2 portable scrubbers right at the exit hole of that chute. And as the ice rolls out and immediately starts to tick down sublimating, between the 2 of them and that sort of little environmental pocket on the back end of it, they should be able to suck out a lot of it. And that sounds like, to me, the most efficient build that we could do for something that's ultimately portable. Then we can when it finishes drilling, we break it down, we move it onto a new hole, we rebuild the tiny gantry, which is probably only going to be 2 little floor pieces, and then we sit the portable generators, we refurb all the batteries, which most of it all should run on small batteries anyway. I think maybe you might want to run the miner on a large battery these days, I'm not sure. But yeah, and the battery pack would handle that as well, and we'll have a grid to support it. So yeah, that way you could break it down. The little bits of ore that roll around, we'll just go pick them up. I'm not that worried about it. But the sublimating gases will be able to capture as well. So that'll be pretty bloody awesome. Anyway, that's my thought. Let me know what you reckon. Stuff the bloody jump start thing. This, you know, in an ideal world, that's how you should run the dish. But these dishes during the night, they track the sun even though they can't see it, and that's got to do with some programming error that's not getting fixed anytime soon. So we'll just lean into that, whatever. I wonder how many heroes have already hit their keyboard to tell me that I need to swap that out for a batch writer, because we have to batch write to all the dishes. Oh mate, might want to delete that comment then. So I know that we need to change the way that our logic works, but this is the way it's going to have to work. We'll run the data lines all along here. We'll run the power lines all along there. And if I want to end up making another row of dishes, I'm just going to have to leave a gap in between so that the cables don't mix. Otherwise, we'll create a short. Anyway, that's the plan. I think it's an alright plan. But yeah, I think the answer to ultimately what I was trying to do before is, if you want to have a jump start dish, put it somewhere else and have the solar farm. Well, actually, you know, the block that I was trying to do, like 2x2 compact dishes, it's just not really sensible if you don't want to short it. I mean, someone might have a better solution for me that I haven't seen, and I'd be open to hear it. But for the time being, what we're doing now is just going to work fine, I think. Yeah. All right, team. Thanks again for joining me. Might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.